Hey, what's up? This is Julian from the Binary Lab, and it's been a while since I've been making these regular live videos. So it is the weekend, and I had some questions from some new students in the Binary Lab about OTC because they were asking me like, hey, what's this thing on the chart that says trading resumes in 1 day and X number of hours? So what's that all about? So what I wanted to share with you is that there is a market that's open on the weekends, and it's called the OTC market. Okay. And now I want to take the time to explain to you what the OTC market actually is, how the prices are determined, and so that with the correct understanding, you will not get burnt trading this market, because the way to trade OTC market is a totally different game from the regular market. Now I want to draw your attention to this left side over here. You can see a bar. Okay, can you see my screen a bit clearly? Okay, let me know if you cannot see it. Okay, so I'm going to increase my brightness if that helps. Does it help? No, it does not help. Oh, there you go. Okay, I reduced the brightness and that helps. Now, look at on this side, okay? When there's majority of majority of people hitting the red button that's over here, the red button, lower, is going to cause the market to go higher because it's supply and demand. The demand is with the put. And if the demand is with the put, the market will go higher. So first and foremost, this is one thing that I want you to notice right now even as you're watching my live video, because as I have this video running, you're going to see that it's going to go up, it's going to go down. At some points, there's going to be green majority. At some point, it's going to be somewhere in between. And the market is going to behave a certain way. So I want you to understand how this works. And with this understanding, you can do it the right way. First and foremost, please do not use any weekday methods on the weekend market, because it will not work. And you will lose money for sure, I guarantee that. Do not martingale on the weekend. I guarantee that you will lose. It's because of the way the OTC market works. It's not because that OTC is fraudulent or a scam. As a matter of fact, with some brokers, the OTC market can be a complete fraud. Like the OTC on binary mate is complete bullshit. But this one is legit. I've spent some time looking at expert options OTC as well. It is also quite legit. Okay, but I personally recommend the IQ options OTC if you have a chance to do that. Now, let's talk a little bit about what is OTC. Okay, OTC means off the counter. Off the counter, it has nothing to do with the live charts. So what's going to happen is that from Friday, the point that the market cuts off at 5 p.m. on New York time, it goes into OTC market. And when the market resumes on Monday, the real market resumes on Monday, there will be a big jump or a gap in the price, because in this weekend time, the people that make the market are the people in the broker. And IQ is being a very big broker. There's a lot of people, and that can actually have a fairly big internal community of like hundreds of thousands or even millions of traders. Okay, so there will be times also where the market goes to a standstill. When it goes to a standstill, like right now, look at this. 48% on one and 52% is more or less 50%. And what does it do when it's at a standstill? Look at this. The price goes to a standstill. And if we look into the orders tab, you can actually click. You need a live account to do this. You go to, where is that? Damn it. Go to the amount for the trade. And you will notice that the amount of available option for buy and the sell, or rather the higher or lower, is exactly or more or less the same, with the difference of a few $10. It's not, and that means that it's going to be, like that. So if you have a chance to take an observation when, on this side is very big, largely skewed, either majority green or majority red, then what's going to happen is that you will see that the options for clicking higher or the lower, one of them is going to be drastically less than the other one, because that's what everyone is doing. Now I want to give you the psychology as to when the market will reverse itself. So if it's been going up for a long period of time, there are some people who has been clicking lower for a period of time. They're probably martingaling. So I said martingale is not the thing to do. It's a stupid thing to do on the weekend. And then when they do this, it comes to a certain point that either they win, which is not likely to be the case, or they decide that they had enough of losing from clicking that direction. It's about time to change directions. Hey there, Michael. Thanks for saying hi. So they change the direction from the clicking lower to the higher instead. And that's when you will see a change in the reds decreasing and the greens extending. So that's how it works. Now let's talk a little bit more about some methods that you can use to trade this. Once again, your weekday methods are not going to work, so do not use them on the weekend. It is suicide, it is stupid, it's foolish, it's moronic, and whatever. So, but weekday methods, save it for the weekday. Weekend methods, do it on the weekend. Now I explained to you that the market is driven by the majority. It's created by supply and demand within the broker community. So with that, we can also check in the amounts. I have a few very simple tips for you to do this properly. Okay, first and foremost, be the minority. So be the minority. Do not be the majority. Question from Honam Ng: how much deposit is best? Well, it really depends. The best deposit size is the deposit that doesn't affect your lifestyle, but at the same time helps you earn money that you wish to earn, such that when you're trading, you don't feel like you're wasting your time. But at the same time, you obviously don't start with too much money in the beginning, because if you don't have experience, that's just stupid. So start small, get a hang of it, and when you feel that you got a hang of it, then you deposit the amount that is the right size for you, right? And does that make sense? So you go with your feel. And I have speaking of that question, that's a very good question, because I have some traders in my community. They've been in here for years and they're still doing $1 trades and they're getting 90% win. So I'm telling these people, I mean, for God's sake, you are more accurate than professional traders out there. You should be trading with more money. What is 90% accuracy on dollar trades going to do for you? You're only going to make a couple of bucks per day, and that's why you're still in your job. But did you know that if you had just scaled up to like $5 or $10, you could possibly be making more than your boss at work does already? So that's the thing to think about. Okay, now let's look over here at the chart. Okay, remember I told you in this video, I purposely faced my computer to you so that you can see what happens here with the chart. Now we see that this is going down very sharply, and the green is, look at this. You see, this, once you understand this basic concept, you see, without even teaching you anything, I've already given you a very, very powerful method. Be the minority, and also look at this. And you can see what's going to happen in the market. Do not trade it when it's at equilibrium. That's when the buys and sells are equal. But trade it when it's skewed to one side. And be the smart people, the smart minority, the smart 2%, the smart 4% to do it, okay? And let me tell you when you will lose money, when you will find that the trend, you cannot ride the trend anymore. You will not be able to ride the trend anymore when other people smarten up, or they stop for dinner or lunch or break time. No volume equals no movement. And also, if they change directions, so should you, okay? So when there's indecision, let the market pick a direction first and then you follow it. Do not martingale. Spot the uptrends, spot the downtrends, and just go with the trend. Fix trade size. Be the minority. I highly recommend double-digit amounts. Even if you usually trade 3 digits on the weekday, but on the weekends, I highly recommend that you trade 2-digit amounts, because 2-digit or less, okay? Because that way you affect the market less. It is literally on the weekend OTC the same as the Forex, because if you are the big fish, you are the whale, you will move the market. Unfortunately, you move the market against you. So don't cannibalize yourself. Profit from other people's stupidity on the weekend and you'll be very profitable. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you today. I hope you enjoy the tips in this video. After this video, I'm going to update some links that you can get started with Binary Lab Basic, Binary Lab Elite, or even just to open a broker account through the Binary Lab, and get to receive some of these tips. For example, like Binary Lab Basic, you can actually receive that when you open a broker account through us with a certain minimum deposit. So it's not very much. If you're just starting out, I mean, like, you could figure it out yourself, or you could learn the logics behind this. In this video itself, you can see live proof that what I'm telling you makes sense and actually will make you some money in the market. All right, you've seen it work. Now go try it out. I put a link for you in the description right after this, so you can open your own demo account and try this out. Bye for now. Good trading.